Welcome to Master Domaining. I'm Gene Pimentel, and in this session, we're going to talk about the surefire method to find the very best local domain names. It's no secret, local domain names are very hot. The local market provides an amazing opportunity for selling valuable local domain names. There are tens of thousands of incorporated cities and towns in the US. I believe it's around 20,000. If you were to take that list of 20,000 and sort them by the size of the population, you'd be able to easily create a list of the top 1,000. Each city and town in that list of 1,000 has a population of at least 30,000 people. So think about this. The biggest city in the US, which is New York, has a population of over 8 million people. If you could snag a domain name like NewYorkinsurance.com, or NewYorkRealEstate.com, or NewYorkChiropractor.com, or NewYorkPlumber.com, or any other major niche, you'd have a very valuable domain name. You may not find any of these available to register, but there are certainly many New York domain names available right now with longer tail niche keywords. For example, NewYorkGraniteDealers.com, NewYorkGasHeatingContractors.com, NewYorkPersonalFinancing.com. They're all available. In fact, there are always, even in the highest populated cities, tens of thousands of marketable domain names available. But let's not get carried away here. Long-tail keywords are great, but often you'll want to find domain names that are comprised of just the city and top-level niche like DallasPlumber.com. You don't necessarily want to go with the highest populated cities and towns. I much prefer cities and towns with between 100,000 and 200,000 people. Quite often I'll go with 30,000 to 100,000. Why? Because it'll be much easier to rank high in the search engines with domains based on cities and towns with lower to mid-range population numbers. The bottom line is this. The very highest population city and town domains will typically be very valuable on their own regardless of search engine rankings. On the other hand, there are far more high-quality, highly marketable domain names that are available in the lower population cities and towns. So how in the world can we quickly and easily find all these gems just waiting for us to register? Well, it's pretty simple actually. I use a very sophisticated piece of software called Notepad. All kidding aside, Notepad or any plain text editing program will do. I'm providing you with a top 1,000 list of US cities and towns. Let me open up that list right now to show you how I use this. So here's the text file, and it's named Top 1,000 US Cities and Towns. You'll find the link to download this file above. I'm going to open this up in Notepad, and of course you can use any text editor you'd like. You don't want to use a word processor, just a plain text editor. And as you can see, this list contains all the top cities and towns in the US, and they're in order from the highest population to the lowest population. Now, of course, this list is only 1,000 of the top, and starting from New York City, which is over 8 million people, this top 1,000 list goes down to Hollister, which is just over 30,000 people. There are actually almost 20,000 more towns and cities that have smaller populations than 30,000. But we're only interested in populations of 30,000 plus, so that's why we have the top 1,000. Now, you'll notice in this list, every single one of these cities and towns has a dash in front of it and a dot after it. And the reason I did this is to make it very easy to automate combining the cities with the words we're going to add to it for the niches. For example, if we wanted to find every single city and town in this list that is available with the word day spa at the end, here's what I would do. Click Edit, Replace, and we're going to type in the dot or the period, and we want to replace that period with the word day spa. And not only day spa, but dayspa.com. So what this is going to do is it'll replace every occurrence of a period with the word dayspa.com. All you do is click on Replace All. Now, as you can see, we have all of the cities and towns with the words dayspa.com after it. Now, the reason for the dash before the name is if you wanted to put your keywords before the city. So let me reverse this and go back. We'll undo. And in this case, I'm going to change the dot to a hyphen or the dash and keep the word day spa, but we don't want the .com there because we want to put the word day spa before the city. So we're replacing the dashes, which are before the city, to the words day spa. Let's replace all. And now you see Day Spa, Phoenix, Day Spa, Philadelphia. Of course, that still leaves us with the task of adding the .com to the end. So obviously, you want to type in the dot and just type in .com to replace it with, and replace all. So you see you have the entire list of domains with the cities, with your keywords for the niche, and the .com. In most cases, I like to have the city as the first part of the domain name. There are many exceptions, but for a general rule, I like to have the city first. So let me start over without saving this, and here we are starting fresh again. Now, as a reminder, keep an extra copy of this list as a backup just in case you happen to overwrite it with a project you're working on. So once again, I'll go to Edit, Replace. We'll replace the dot with dayspa.com. Replace all. And now we can get rid of the dashes in front of the name. So we replace the dash or the hyphen with nothing. Just make sure there are no spaces, no nothing in this box. Click Replace All. Now you have your complete list of possible domain names exactly as you'd like to see them. TacomaDayspa.com, ModestoDayspa.com, and so forth, all the way down the list. So what I'll do now is copy the entire list of 1,000 and bring them to a site called namebright.com. Now this is just one of many websites that provide bulk domain searches, and this one's a very easy one to use. So to get to this page, you click on Search and Bulk Check. All you do is paste your 1,000 domains into this box. You can enter up to 5,000 domain names, but we have 1,000, and click Search. As you can see, it has found 632 of these domain names are available. Naturally, they want you to register the domain with them, and that's up to you. It's not my registrar of choice. I just like to use the bulk checker. And it gives you the list of domains that are not available. 293 of the domain names are not available. So you can repeat this procedure with any one of the thousands of different business niches that you want to add to the city and check to see which ones are available. Now it's currently showing only 20 domains at a time, but as you can see, it's page 1 of 32. And you can change the number of displayed domains from 20 to 1,000. So you can scroll down the whole list to see what you would like. Now, in a lot of cases, you'll only get a few domains that are available out of the whole list, but that's fine. Those are typically the cities that are much higher populated and much more competition. People tend to register domain names more frequently in those higher population cities. But I promise you, any one of these domain names is very marketable because it's the exact town with at least a population of 30,000. Many of these are hundreds of thousands, and it's the exact type of domain name that businesses love. Now, just to double check to see what the populations are of these towns, for example, Glendale Day Spa. Let's copy the word Glendale, and we're going to go to another site called city-data.com. It's a shame they use the hyphen in their domain name because it's such a great site. I use this site very frequently. So you type in the name of the city in the search box and click Go, and it'll show you every town of Glendale in this case, and it shows you the population amounts. So as you can see, Glendale, Arizona has a population of 234,000. Glendale, California has a population of 196,000. Now, do you think that there are many day spas within those populations? Of course there are, and this would be a perfect domain name to sell to one of those day spas. So that is my method of very easily finding very high quality domain names for the local market. This whole process takes only a minute or two. It's very simple. Let's do one more example so you can see how fast this is. We'll start with the fresh list, and let's add a different niche this time. We'll replace the dot with roofing, roofing.com. Replace all, and now we'll replace the hyphen with nothing and replace. So there we have a list of all the potential domain names with the word roofing. Plano Roofing, Newark Roofing, Toledo Roofing, and so forth. Let me copy this whole list. And notice how fast this whole process is. Now we go back to Namebright, bulk check, enter your domains here, and search. And as quickly as that, we have 143 domain names that we can register right now in the roofing niche. For example, Covina Roofing. Let's take a look at the word Covina in city-data.com. Let's paste it in here and do a search. Now, Covina has a population of 48,000. That's very good. That doesn't make it the most valuable domain name in itself, but Remember, there are many roofers in a city that has a population of 48,000, and any roofer that understands anything about online marketing would love to have a domain name called covinaroofing.com. Again, you can scroll down the entire list of the available domain names and pick out the ones with the highest populations or the general area that you want to target. Many of these will have populations of over 100,000, some 200,000 and more. But as you can see, there are always plenty of domain names to go with. So grab that list, download it, and start finding great domains for the local market.